So this works, everyday routine works, whatever we are doing. Are we numbering? Serial number 1, get up. Serial number 2, brush your teeth. Serial number 3, take bath. Serial number 4, have breakfast. Serial number 5, class number 1. Are you numbering the things?
No.
No, sir.
Why? Why you're
It's
not numbering?
automatically regular.
It is because our regular routine
Routine.
work. But for a computer, there is nothing like a routine work because it is a machine. So every work, suppose if I give a number 5 plus 10, it will number the work. Okay. If I do a program and if I ask to execute, it will number that work. It will give a serial
So,
number. First work I have done, second work I have done. If I give another program, it will say, okay, third work I have done. So every work which is getting executed in a computer, it will give the serial numbers. It need not be serial number, it will be a number given by a computer. Okay, that is what we call as process number. Clear? Every process
Yes,
will have
sir.
something called as process number. That is, every work which is getting executed in a computer will have a process number. Next thing, after giving the process number, next thing is it will execute. When it is executing, we have, if you remember, we have 5 different stages: new, ready, running, waiting, terminated. Remember those 5 states?
yes, sir.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yes.
fine. Every process will undergo these 5 different states. Suppose I've given 1 plus 2. So that is, I'm giving a work to computer, that is new. Once I have given the things, it will go to the ready state. Ready state means I want to execute. I'm suppose if you are keeping a running race, what you will do? Take positions means you will take positions to start running. Will you run? Just you
No,
will take
ready.
positions. But once the whistle
Mm.
goes, will you be in the same
We will
position?
run.
No.
You will start running. So that is what is going to happen. New means I'm giving the work. I am giving the work. The users are giving the work to the computer. Ready means the computer is ready to execute. Running means it is executing. Suppose after execution, if it has to be displayed, it will go to the waiting of input output. Suppose if it has completed its work, it will get
Terminate.
terminated. So these are the 5 different states for a process: new, ready, running, waiting, terminated. So every process, it will make a note. Process number 1, you're in which state? Ready state or executing state or terminated state. Process number 2, like how we take the attendance. Roll number 1, 2, 3. Yes or no? Present, absent, you'll say. Same way, every process will say which state I am in out of these 5 states. Okay? I'm in Goa, Bangalore, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana. Which state we are in?
Telangana.
Telangana. How many are in other states and listening to the class? None of you? Okay, fine. So like this, a process also will maintain which state it is. So first thing the process will maintain is process number. Second thing it will maintain is process state. Clear? Followed? Okay.
Sir,
Yes,
Then,
sir.
yeah.
Sir.
Then next thing, after state, it has to execute. When it is executing, it requires a small amount of memory. Okay, not for storage.
Yes, sir.
Not for storage. 1 plus 2. What is the result?
3.
3. 3 has to be stored at some place. Yes or no? So it requires small amount of memory. That memory is called as process register. Process register is a place where it will store the memory. Then two more things also it requires. Suppose if any file has to be opened in a computer by the process, if it has to open any file, then it can access the file. Okay. Then if any information has to be stored, it will store the information permanently. So accessing the input output devices and opening files. So all these things, that is starting from process number, process state, register, accessing resources, and opening the file or closing the file. These all things are what we call as a block. What are they in the block? What are they? How many things are they?
I
What are they?
process
Process number,
state,
process state, then
process executing,
process exit, that is register, memory,
yes,
then resources, whatever resources, then opening or closing a list of files. Okay, these all things are
files,
one block.
yes. Block.
Fine,
Yes, sir.
Aishman, following?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this block is what we call as process control block. Clear? So we have seen what is a process,
Yes.
and we have seen what is a process control block also. Done? Then next thing, yesterday what we have seen is scheduling of the process. That is, suppose I'm opening Zoom. Background, how many have opened WhatsApp and chatting? Sincerely answer. None of you? I don't believe. Students are very naughty, I know. You'll show your faces to me, but in the background, chattings will be going on. How many are chatting? Sincerely, I'll not say anything. Just a second. Hello? How many things a process is having? Process number, process control,
Process state,
process state, process register,
Exit.
resources available, and these all things a process will have. That is what we call as process control block. Then next what it is going to have is scheduling. That is, as I was saying, how many people are open the WhatsApp and chatting? None of you?
No, sir.
So you're very good students, right? But I don't believe one or the other will be chatting. క్లాస్లోనే మొబైల్ తెచ్చుకుని వాడతారు మీరు, ఇప్పుడు చాటింగ్ చేయట్లంటే I have to believe. How many mobiles we got in the class? How many from your class till now?
open.
None. No, I don't think so.
No. We got.
Not from your class. Okay.
15, sir. 15.
Okay. Now answer came. See. So what is happening is in a mobile, you are doing two works simultaneously at the same time. You are listening to the class and also you are chatting. How this is happening simultaneously? How many processors are there in your mobile?
One.
Most of the mobiles will have only one processor, right?
Processor. Yes.
As of my knowledge, most of the mobiles have only single processor. None of the mobiles have dual processors. Systems have dual processor, but not mobiles, I think. But in a single processor, how two things are getting on? As far as we concern, both the things are getting simultaneously. Both the works are getting done simultaneously. That is, both the processes are getting executed simultaneously. But inside a mobile, they are not getting executed simultaneously. They are getting executed one after other. How means, first what is happening is, it will convert the work into how much time it requires. Suppose if we take WhatsApp, if I'm sending a message, how much time it requires for sending a message. At the same time, Zoom, how much time it requires. So depending on the time duration, it will convert into seconds. As I was saying yesterday, it will work for milliseconds. Zoom will work for 5 or 6 milliseconds, followed by WhatsApp for 5 milliseconds. Again, after 5 milliseconds, it will come back to Zoom. Zoom will be executed for again for 5 milliseconds. Then WhatsApp for 5 milliseconds. So like that, the works are getting executed simultaneously. As it is in milliseconds for externally, how it looks, it is a continuous process for us. That is what we call as process scheduling. Clear, ma?
Sir.
Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, and yesterday, one more point also I have said. We have three kinds of schedulers. Long-term scheduler, short-term scheduler, and what is the other one? What is the other one? Yesterday we have said. Forgot. Medium scheduler. How many types of schedulers are there?
Three.
Long
Three
term,
types.
short term,
Short term and
and
Short
medium
term.
medium.
term schedule.
Medium term.
Okay. So here, if you see, I have explained this short term scheduler, long term scheduler. Okay. Now, one more important point that we have over here is process are described as two different things. One is input-output bond or CPU bond. That is nothing but if a work is taking lot of input or output operations. Suppose if I am executing a work, if that work is taking lot of input and output, but less of processing. Whenever it has to take input, it has to go to input queue, and it has to wait, and again it has to go to ready, right? Remember the diagram?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll show the diagram once. Whenever it is getting, if it requires input, it has to go to waiting room. Again, from waiting room, it has to go to ready. Okay. That is, if a process is taking lot of input-output operations and less of processing work is done, then that is called as input-output bond process. That is called as input-output bound process. If a process is taking less work, I mean less input-output and more of CPU, then it is called as CPU bound process. Okay, just a different classification words, that's it. Okay, but main classification is long-term scheduler, short-term scheduler, and we have one more thing called as medium scheduler. Medium-term scheduler. Okay, medium-term scheduler is nothing but the work is getting interrupted very often. The work is getting interrupted very often. Either it is getting swapped or it is getting interrupted. Then that is called as medium term schedulers. Okay, very often it is getting interrupted and started again. Interrupt, start. That is getting a break every time. Those type of process schedulers are what we call as medium term schedulers. Clear, ma? Clear with these three terms? Okay, and here is the main difference between three things. In long term scheduler, it is a job scheduler. As this I have said yesterday, long term schedulers are job schedulers, short term are CPU ready queue schedulers. And it is a process scheduling, that is, it is getting interrupted very often. Then next differences are, in long term, the speed is less. The speed is less. Whereas in short term, the speed is faster. The work will be done in a faster way. Whereas in medium, naturally it will be between long term and it will short term, as is getting interrupted very often. Then third difference is it controls the degree of multi-programming. Suppose many programs are there, it controls the multi-programming. Whereas here it provides less control to the multi-program. That is, multiple programs have come, like Zoom and WhatsApp you are doing at the same time. So long-term scheduler can control it in a proper way, whereas short-term schedulers will not be able to control. And next difference is it is almost absent or minimal in time sharing. I've said time sharing that 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds, right? 10 milliseconds, 5 milliseconds. So in long term, what happens is it has to execute in a continuous way. As I said, there will be two types of classification. One classification is once the work has started, it will not stop the work until it gets completed. Then next type of work is it will take milliseconds. First 5 milliseconds for you, first 5 milliseconds for me. పంచుకోవటం ఆస్తి పంపకాలు జరుగుతాయి అక్కడ. Okay, so CPU will be divided by the works. Okay, that dividing of the works is what we called as short-term schedulers and long-term schedulers. So in long term, what happens if it is start the work, it will not leave until it is completing. Whereas here time sharing will work. Then next difference is it selects the process from pool and loads them into memory for execution. Directly it will be executing. It will not take a break. It will be a super fast Rajdhani Express. Once it starts, it will not stop. Okay. Whereas here, as I have said, it will be sharing the time. So it will be selecting the process which has to be executed, then which first one, which then second one, which third, which, like this it will be going on. Whereas here it can reintroduce a process into memory after taking a break. For every break, it has to reintroduce the process. So that is how the processes are going to maintain the things. Okay. Then we have one more important thing called as context switch. Context switch is nothing but when the CPU is moving from one process to another process. From one that is in the short term, we'll be moving from one process to another process. So this switching of the process, okay, the system must save this process which is moving out of the process has to be saved until, suppose if I have executed for 5 milliseconds, that 5 millisecond work has to be saved. Then only it can continue from the 6th millisecond next time when it comes back. So that saving work has to be done. The work has to be saved and it has to allow the new process to come into it. So that saving of the work and allowing the new process is what we called as context switching. What is context switching, ma?
Sir, once again, sir, I didn't understand.
Okay. Suppose two processes, as I've said, Zoom and WhatsApp. Both the works are getting executed simultaneously. Right? So Zoom has executed for 5 seconds. and WhatsApp also executed for 5 seconds. After WhatsApp, again Zoom is going to take over. So what is happening? WhatsApp, once it has executed for 5 seconds, it has to save the work which has executed. Yes or no? Once
Yes, sir.
again,
Yes, sir.
if after Zoom, once again when WhatsApp comes, it has to continue from where it has saved, or will it start from the scratch again? It will not start
No.
from the scratch. It will
Continue
continue
from where
from
it
where
stopped.
it saved. That thing is what we call as context switching. That is, it has to save the work. It must save the work and give a chance for the other process. Okay, and give a chance for the other process to work. That saving of the work is what we called as context switching and moving to another process. Save and move to another process. Save and move to another process. Sorry, another program. That is what we call as context switching. Clear? So
Yes, sir.
context switching
Yes, sir.
is a process represented in PCB, process control block, and context switch time is over. The system does not no useful while switching. The more complex is operating system and process control block. In long-term scheduler, we don't have this concept. Only in short-term, we'll be having this concept. And here also time is going to depend, because depending on the time, suppose it is 5 milliseconds or 10 milliseconds or 20 milliseconds. Just I have taken an example. But depending on the load, the system will allocate. Okay? That is how it is going to work. Done, ma?